Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Jackie and let's get started. For DIY number 1, I'm taking one of these garden fence panels from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to remove the tag on there, and I'm going to use some Waverly chalk paint in the color plaster, and with one of the Dollar Tree round chippy brushes I'm going to very lightly just distress this panel, and I'm just going to go in until I get it all distressed the way I like it. And now I'm taking one of these planters from the Dollar Tree and do the same thing, and I'll just go all the way around it, and I'll just keep working it until I get it the way I like it, until it looks like this. Super cute. And now I'm going to adhere some of this floral foam, this styrofoam, into the bottom and set that aside so it'll cool, because it was a lot of hot glue. And now I'm taking this fence panel that's nice and dry, all the paint is dry, and I'm just going to hook it onto itself with the 2 little hooks on the side. And so now I'm going to place this whole little setup inside of my planter and hold it and adhere the sides to the planter, and making sure that both of the sides that have the stakes on the bottom are adhered well to the pot. And so I'll do both sides, this side, and then there's another side on the other. There you go, right here. Okay, so now it's all nice and dried and glued together, and I'm taking this little decor piece from the Dollar Tree, and it's got a cute little watering can on it, and it's just on a burlap ribbon, so I just tear that off, remove the sticker. This little sticker was a little bit of a booger. So now I just remove that, and I'm going to take some of these little fairy lights from Amazon, and I love these little fairy lights because they already have the battery in it. There's no need to go looking for batteries, and so for me this is just so easy. And then the little battery pack is so thin and small, and it's easy to hide, and I don't know, I just prefer it. So I'm taking this string of fairy lights and I'm going to bend them and kind of create 3 or 4 strands that are kind of hanging down like this. So I'm just going to pull and kind of, you know, bend the little bottoms, and then I'll twist the top till I get the desired length and how many of the little strands that I want hanging down, because these lights are going to represent or become the water coming out of the pitcher. So I'm going to adhere the little battery pack to the back of this little MDF watering can, and then wrap the excess wire around it. And I'll just take this remnant craft stick that I had, and I'll just adhere it on here, clip it on with some clips to help hold it in place and let it dry. So I'll set it aside and come back to it. And in the meantime, I'm going to add some hot glue to the foam that's in the pot, and with some of the regular floral moss, I'm going to just cover that bottom. And now I'm going to go in with some of these florals, and these are called hot bush, and I think these flowers are so cute. So on these white creamy looking flowers, I go ahead and remove them from their pick because I want them to kind of be flowing on the sides. The only problem is when you remove them from the pick, you lose the height. So on this purple set of the hot bush, I just go ahead and leave them all on the pick, and I put them right in the center, and I leave them on the pick because I need the height. So I go ahead and just kind of twist them and kind of then add some more of the white, and I'll add some other foliage to it just to make it more full. But for the most part, I'm using just these white, and then the purple, and then the foliage that I mentioned, these leaves here. And I go ahead and remove these from the pick because I'm just going to add them as some filler to make this pot look full like this. So now I'm going back to my little cute pitcher with full water, but I'm noticing that it needs a little bit more stability. So I take another little piece of a craft stick and I just adhere that to the very top, the very end of the spout on the back. So like this, I'll add some more glue, and I'll put the next little piece here, and I'll clip that and let that dry, and that just gives it more stability, so now it's not all falling backwards, if that makes sense. So remove the clips, and look, it's so cute. Looks like water. Okay, so now I'm taking these jumbo bamboo sticks, and these things are so long. Oh my goodness, they're like 2-3 feet long. I don't know, I didn't measure, but they are long. So I'm going to put one inside the pot to try to see the height that I'd like. And once I figure out the height that I would like my little picture to be hanging over, then I take my miter shears and snip off the excess. And so now all I have to do is adhere my dowel or bamboo stick onto the back of the little picture. So I'll glue that, and once that's glued and nicely adhered, then all I have to do now is wait for it to dry. Use some clips to hold it in place, and while I wait for that to dry, for the glue to dry, because it's a lot of hot glue, I'll use another one of these little rounded chippy little brushes that are from the Dollar Tree, and I'll just take some of the Waverly antique wax to help paint the dowel itself, or I keep saying dowel, but it's bamboo stick. So I just go ahead and paint that with the antique wax to give it a more natural look. It won't be so white or so beige. And so I'm also going to go ahead and give the little pitcher or the little watering can a little bit of a rusting effect. And so I'll go around the perimeter and give it that rusting effect where water would naturally make it rust. And so I'll do it on the bottom, I'll do it on the spout, I'll do it on the handle, and on the top. And of course on my, I keep saying dowel, I want to say dowel, but you could use a dowel, but this is a bamboo skewer, a big bamboo skewer. And all I have to do is add it on here, and it's done. Look how cute. So cute. What do you guys think? I so hope you're enjoying this video thus far, and it is a part of a hop called April Showers Brings May Flowers, and it is hosted by Becky over at Simply Becky D, and co-hosted by myself, Jackie, here at Crafting in Mimi's World. And so the two of us and 11 other crafters and DIYers have joined together to put together this wonderful hop. And like with each hop, after viewing my video, please hop on over to my description box below and click the link to the next video to watch, and just continue this until you've watched all the videos in the hop. And with each video, we'll be asking a special question for you to answer, and just answer it in your comments for each video, and that will enter you into the $200 gift card giveaway. And the drawing will be on Monday, April 18th, and I'll be asking my question in a little bit. So let's continue. For DIY number 2, I'm taking this thick wooden dowel that I had on hand, and this little candy cane plastic piece that my grandson had here at the house, and I remember he had it, and I think it had candy in it, like a little tube of candy, M&Ms or something. So anyway, I picked this up out of his toy box, and I don't think he'll miss it because he's got a million toys in there. So I'm just making a hole in the bottom of it so I can stick my wooden dowel in there, because I need this wooden dowel to have a hook on the end of it. And so I'll just put that in there with some glue, and I'll reinforce the insides and the outsides with the glue to make sure it doesn't come off. And I'll go in with some Waverly chalk paint in the color white. And once painted, I'm not liking the way that joint part is looking, so I'm adding some hot glue and some of this rope to kind of help conceal the fact that this was two pieces put together. So I'll wind it up a couple times, add a little bit of glue, and wind it up a couple more times until I get it looking more finished. And it might not look perfect, but I think it'll help so it won't look so like it's two pieces. So here's how it looks. And so now I'm taking this little umbrella. It's an actual umbrella, and it's one of those that goes around your head. And so I used to use it to take my doggies out because here in Florida it rains every day during the summer. And so I would wear it. The only problem is when you bend down, it comes off your head, so it's not very practical. So I'm going to use it for my DIY, and all I'm doing is hot gluing the wooden dowel to this little end piece here. And so once that's nice and cool down and dry and sturdy and stable, I'm going to add my florals. And so I had these two from another project, and so I don't remember what they're called, but they're from the Dollar Tree. And so I'll add these, and originally I put one on each side, and I'll also go in with some wisteria from the Dollar Tree, which the wisteria is so beautiful. And I'll do the same thing. I'll bend in the bottom pieces just to make them fit, and I'll do one on one side and one on the other side, but I don't leave it like that because I ended up just changing it out. So first I thought I would like it like that, but then I changed it up where I added the wisteria to the left side and then the two white pieces of the two white picks on the right side. So here I'm adding some of this spider plant, and those I pretty much leave there. And then I also add a pick from Walmart, which I don't show here, but I'll add that later. And so now I'm taking this burlap ribbon that's really pretty that came off another project, and I'll just tie the umbrella closed, and I'll do a knot and a simple little bow, and I'll snip off the ends and also dovetail the ends, and that's it. I'm pretty much done. What do you guys think? For DIY number 3, I'm taking this acrylic plastic case from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to go in with some of the Waverly chalk paint in the color white and paint it. And now go in with this Asani paint marker, and I'm going to paint up all the edges of this container all the way around and on the bottom of the lid as well, like this. So now that it's all painted, and I'll do the same thing with the lid. And so now I'll set that aside, looking cute. And from the Dollar Tree, I picked up these 2 packs of little buckets, and they're in the wedding section. They're just called favor sets, and so you get 2 in a pack, but I only need 3, so I'll take 2 from one pack and 1 from another pack. And so I'll take these 3 buckets, and I'm going to go in with the same Asani black paint marker, and I'll do a little bit of painting on the rims of these buckets and on the bottoms as well. Once painted, then I'll put them in each of the little compartments in the little tray, and I'll add some of this styrofoam inside each of the little buckets. I'll just hot glue it inside, and then I'll grab some florals, and I choose these really pretty little pink roses, these little mini roses from the Dollar Tree, and I'll snip them all very small, very short, and it's just a matter of putting them inside the little buckets. And once I'm done with that, I'll just add a little tag to the front, and with a Crafter Square metallic marker, I write on there, May flowers 10 cents. And then I'll just hot glue this to the very front of the little tray, and that is it. Super cute. What do you guys think? And for DIY number 4, which is my last DIY of this video, I'm taking this home sign from Valentine's, I think, and I'm taking my little metal scraper and removing the corrugated heart, save it for another project, and remove any paper that's kind of like lifting off and that's bumpy on there, any glue. And I'm going to go in with some of the Waverly chalk paint in the color white. And so I'll paint this real quick. In the meantime, while that's drying, I'm taking one of these decals, these wall decals, wall stickers from the Dollar Tree. And now all I'm going to use are the little drops of water. That's all I'm going to use. So I'm going to go ahead and cut all these out. And I'm going to utilize all these little pieces of craft sticks that I have cut off from other projects. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a few of these big drops of water, the bigger ones, 3 or 4 of them, and I'm just going to add some of these pieces of wood on the back because I want to give some of these drops of water a little bit of dimension, a little bit of a 3D look. So I'll add it to the back, I'll peel it open to expose the sticky side, and I'll add a few of these little wood pieces to the back, and I'll do this to I think 3 or 4 of these bigger drops of water, and that's all I do. I don't do the rest. And now that the paint on my board is nice and dry, I'm going to take my little chippy brush that had the Waverly antiquing wax on it, and I'm just going to go around the perimeter and give it a little bit of definition and make the board look like it's been outside for a little while, a little bit worn. And now I'm just going to take one of these wall stickers from the Dollar Tree, and look at this, these flowers are so beautiful. Don't even know what kind of flower this is, but if you guys know, let me know down below. But that's not my question. My question for the giveaway is, what color flower would you put on this board? Because I'm putting the pink ones. But if you had the choice of any color flowers, what color flowers or what type of flowers, either what color flower or what type of flower would you put on one of these boards? That's my question for you guys to answer in my comments for my video. And now for this last little piece of flower that I had left, I'm going to add some of these little pieces of wood, and I'm also going to add some of the tumbling tower blocks to give it more height. And this flower is going to be placed on the bottom, and it'll give it a little bit of more of a 3D look. So one of the flowers, which is this one, will kind of pop out. So it'll be looking really cute on the bottom, just popping right out. Now all I have left to do is adhere all my little drops of water, my little raindrops. So I have the ones that are popping up a little bit and the ones that are laying flat. And I'm done. What do you guys think? Well, let's take a moment and thank Becky for putting this hop together and for inviting me to be her co-host. And I also like to thank all the other participants. I can't wait to see what everybody's created for this hop. And don't forget to go through the whole hop and answer everybody's questions in their comments. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. That I would really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. It would really help my new crafting channel to grow. And until my next video, stay healthy, safe, and strong, and have a great, great day. Bye-bye.